Hello, boys and girls. Today is Tuesday. Good morning. Today we are doing lesson 11. Make sure your textbooks are open to page 48. If you need more time, go ahead and press pause. If not, remember, finger on the first column. We're going to start. You ready? Okay, hope you are. I'm ready. So, word one is Eskimo. What word? Get ready. Yes, Eskimo. Spell Eskimo. Get ready. Awesome. Eskimos are native people that live in Alaska and Canada. You're going to read a story about Eskimos that starts on the next lesson. How exciting. Okay, word two. What word? Oh, the word is sun. What word? Yes, spell sun. Get ready. Awesome. Word three. The word is kayak. What word? Yes, kayak. Spell kayak. Get ready. Yes, word four is ordinary. What word? Yes, spell ordinary. Get ready. Awesome. Word five is scientist. What word? Yes, scientist. Spell scientist. Get ready. Awesome. Now let's go ahead and read those words again the fast way. Word one. What word? Word two. What word? Word three. What word? Word four. What word? Word five. What word? Good job. Now let's go ahead and read column two. Everybody point to word one. These words are compound words. The first part of each word is underlined. So we're going to read the underlined part, then the whole word. You ready? So word one. What's the underlined part? Get ready. Yes, any. Read the whole word. Get ready. Yes, any more. Word two. What's the underlined part? Get ready. Yes, day. What's the whole word? Get ready. Yes, daylight. Word three. What's the underlined part? Get ready. Yes, day. What's the whole word? Get ready. Yes, daytime. Word four. What's the underlined part? Get ready. Yes, winter. What's the whole word? Get ready. Yes, winter time. Word five. What's the underlined part? Get ready. Yes, rest. What's the whole word? Get ready. Yes, restless. Let's go ahead and move on to column three. These are months, and we should know our month of the year. So let's go ahead and read word one. What month? Get ready. Yes, January. Word two. What month? Get ready. Yes, March. Word three. What month? Get ready. Yes, December. Word four. What month? Get ready. Yes, February. Go ahead and point to column four. Are you ready? All these words have endings. Let's go ahead and read them. Word one. What word? Yes, reaches. Word two. What word? Yes, honking. Word three. What word? Yes, friends. Word four. What word? Yes, splashing. Word five. What word? Yes, tilted. Awesome. Now let's go ahead and point to column five. And let's point to the words in word one. Number one, what words? Get ready. Newman's Lake. Word two, what word? Yes, 70. Word three, what word? Yes, sir. Word four, what word? Yes, constant. Word five, what word? Yes, ignore. Word 6. What word? Yes, spear. Awesome job. So we reviewed and learned a lot of new words for our vocabulary. So now let's go ahead and go to section B of your textbook. It says you're going to read the next story about Henry and Tim, but first we're going to read the information passage. It gives some facts about the earth. Everybody touch the title. Should be touching. And now let's read it. Get ready. The tilt of the earth. Okay, so Ms. Gomez, go ahead and read you the information passage, and I'm going to ask you questions. So pay attention, track with your finger, follow along. Okay, ready? I'm going to start. The earth is tilted. The poles are not straight up and down. Instead, they tilt. Everybody, are the poles of the earth straight up or down or tilted? Get ready. Yes, they're tilted. Picture 1 shows what the earth would look like if the poles were always straight up and down. So this is what it would look like right here. Picture 2 shows what the earth looks like with the poles that are tilted. Are the poles straight up and down in picture 2? Get ready. No, right? They're not. Remember, the poles are tilted, not straight up and down. So this is what it would look like, but this is how in reality the poles are. They're tilted. Okay, let's continue reading. And the poles tilt the same way as the earth circles the sun. So, everybody, does the tilt change as the earth goes around the sun? Get ready. No, it does not. The tilt is the same during all the seasons. So if you look at the picture here, it'll help you see. You see the tilt? It does not change. It's the same in all the seasons. The difference is the earth is a different position. Ready? I'm going to continue reading. Fingers up here. Follow along in your textbook. Picture 3 shows the tilt of the earth during the different seasons. Touch the earth at winter time. So look for winter and touch it. Now I'm going to continue reading the next one. The North Pole tilts away from the sun during winter. Everybody say that rule starting with the. Fingers on the. On my signal, start reading. Get ready. Awesome. So touch the North Pole during winter. Remember, the North Pole is at the top. So you look for winter, and do you touch the top or bottom? North or south? North. So everybody touch north. And is it tilting toward the sun or away from the sun? Get ready. Yes, away from the sun. So the North Pole is tilted away from the sun during the winter. Let's continue reading. Let's go ahead and put our fingers up again on you. I'm going to wait a couple of seconds so you can find your spot. And let's continue reading. You can see that half of the earth is in shadow and half is in sunlight. But the North Pole is completely in shadow. That means that as the earth spins around and around during wintertime, there is no daylight at the North Pole. There is constant darkness. So, listen to that part again. But the North Pole is completely in shadow. That means that as the Earth spins around and around during wintertime, there is no daylight at the North Pole. There's constant darkness. So if the North Pole is in darkness, there is no daytime. There is just nighttime throughout winter. Remember, when that North Pole tilts away from the sun, what season is it? Get ready. Yes, winter. And when it tilts away from the sun, is the North Pole in darkness all the time or daylight all the time? Get ready. Yes, it's in darkness, complete darkness. Let's go ahead and find our way back and up here. Ready? Touch the earth at summertime. Let's go ahead and find summer right here. Go ahead and touch it. I'm going to read. The North Pole tilts toward the sun during summer. So it tilts toward the sun. So everybody say that rule, starting with the again. Find your way and you're going to read. Get ready. Awesome. Now I'm going to continue reading. Half the earth is in shadow and half is in sunlight, but the North Pole tilts toward the sun, so it is completely in sunlight. That means that at the North Pole during summer, there is no night. There is daylight all the time during summer. The sun never sets. Remember, if the pole tilts away from the sun, it's wintertime at the pole and there is no daylight. If the pole tilts toward the sun, it is summertime and there is no night. Interesting, huh? Well, just learned a lot. Let's go ahead and go to section C. At this time, go ahead and read the story on your own. Press pause on your video. Okay, so you're on section C. You should have already read the story on your own. Now I'm going to read it to you and ask you some questions. Okay, you're listening and tracking with your finger. Okay, I'm going to start with the title. The flock reaches Florida. The next morning, before the flock took off, Henry tried out his wing. He took off from the field and flew around the lake. When he landed, Tim came up to him and said, I know what you were doing. You were trying to see if your wing is all right. Is it? It feels pretty good, Henry said with a smile. I can fly today. And he did. The leader of the flock honked out directions to the goose that would be at the point of the V. Then there were loud splashing and flapping sounds as more than 80 geese took off from Jackson Lake. Tim and old Henry took their place near the back of the V, and the flock went higher and higher. Why are we going so high? Tim asked. When we're up high, we'll be able to ride some winds that are blowing toward Florida. We should be able to go far today without doing much work. So everybody, what state were the geese in? Get ready. They were in Georgia. So what was the name of the lake they just left? Get ready. Yes, Jackson Lake. How many geese were in the flock? Get ready. Yeah, more than 80 geese. And why did the flock fly so high? Get ready. Yeah, because so they could ride some of the winds and it'd make it easier for them. So everybody, would the geese have to do more work or less work? Get ready. Yeah, less work, right? Because the winds will carry them. Let's continue reading. The winds blew and the flock flew. Around noon, Henry told Tim, we're in Florida now. Wow, Tim said. That means we're almost at Crooked Lake. Henry laughed. No, we still have a long way to go, and we won't get there today. It's more than 200 miles to Crooked Lake. Tim said, so where will we spend tonight? I don't know. Our flock always stops at Newman's Lake, which is about 70 miles from here. But I don't know where this flock lands. Less than 2 hours later, Henry found out where the flock would land, at Newman's Lake. So, everybody, what was the name of the lake that Henry's flock always landed at? Get ready. Yes, Newman's Lake. What state is Newman's Lake in? Get ready. Yes, Florida. Look at the map right here. So touch the lake where the geese spent the night. It's one of the dark blue lakes. Right here, remember they spent the night at Jackson Lake. So touch the lake where they're going to land. What's the name of the lake? Get ready. Yes, Newman's Lake. Touch the key on the map that shows the miles. This is the key. Tells you what the symbols mean. So about how many miles are between Jackson Lake and Newman's Lake? Well, if you want to use the key, you can kind of put your fingers like this. You don't move them, and then you can kind of measure so you can get an estimate. And it's about how many miles do you think? Yeah, about 300 miles. So you can see where Crooked Lake is. It's a dark blue lake that is about 120 miles south of Newman's Lake. So this is where they're going to land, and this is their destination, where they want to arrive. Ready? Let's continue reading. Right here. You're following along and listening. There were lots and lots of geese around Newman's Lake. Tim said, "It looks like all the geese in the world are right here." "There are a lot of geese here," Henry said, "but wait until you see how many geese there are near Crooked Lake." The flock circled Newman's Lake and landed near a shore that was covered with geese. Some of them were honking and showing off by flapping their wings. Others were napping. The leader of the flock swam over to old Henry and said, "We're going to spend tomorrow resting here. Then we'll go to Reedy Lake the next day. Do you plan to fly with us?" Henry flapped his wings and said, "I do. I feel fine." Tim smiled and said, "Me too." So 2 days later, Tim and Henry were flying high above Crooked Lake. Henry told Tim, "This is where we're going to leave. This is where we leave the flock. Our lake is right down there." So boys and girls, everybody, look at the map again. It's 2 days later and the big flock is over Crooked Lake. Touch where they're at. So they're right above Crooked Lake. So this is where Henry and Tim leave the flock. What's the name of the lake the flock is going to? Get ready. Yeah, Reedy Lake. The other flock is going to Reedy Lake. So you can find Reedy Lake right near Crooked Lake, but it's not dark blue lake, right? It's not dark blue like Crooked Lake. So let's continue reading. Follow along. Old Henry flew up near the front of the great V and called to the leader. "Thank you, sir," Henry said. "You're a fine leader and you have a wonderful flock. We were glad to have the chance to fly with you." "Good luck to both of you," the leader said. Then Henry and Tim swooped down from the flock. "I can't wait to see my mom and dad," Tim said. Henry was also looking forward to seeing his old friends and his children and grandchildren, but he also felt a little sad. As the two geese swooped closer and closer to the beautiful blue lake below, Henry knew that he would miss flying with Tim. This trip was the first time in years that Henry felt that somebody really needed his help. That was a good feeling for Henry. So, everybody, who did Henry talk to before he and Tim left the flock? Get ready. Yeah, the leader. They thanked the leader for allowing them to fly with them. So who was Tim looking forward to seeing? Get ready. Yeah, his parents, his mom and dad. Who was Henry looking forward to seeing? Get ready. Yes, his grandchildren, his children, his friends, right? He was excited. So why would Henry miss flying with Tim? Get ready. Yeah, right, because he enjoyed feeling like somebody needed his help. He felt needed, and that's what he liked. So even though it was a tough trip for him, he made it. And this is the end of our story for Henry and Tim. And now it's your turn. Make sure that you answer the questions. Number your paper from 1 through 16. Your heading, you write lesson 11. You answer the questions, and then you also go ahead and work on your workbook for lesson 11 right here. Go ahead and also answer the questions for lesson 11 and do the back as well. And then make sure to take a picture of your work and turn it in below. Now you look for Trine and you turn it in the regular way. Bye guys.